be back. And really, even like dropping stuff in the chat in the beginning when we're waiting or whatever, it's like part of like, who's here? I do some other community things online and it's super, super sweet. So I encourage you to do that. All right, I'm going to put some music on. We are going to take a seat. I encourage that you elevate your hips. So I'm sitting on a meditation cushion. I'm going to move myself back a little bit. And yeah, as far as what we need, yoga mat, 2 to 4 blocks, strap, make it cozy, light a candle, whatever you'd like. Okay, we're going to start seated. I'll put some music on. It is a little bit of a skill for me to learn the volume versus like the volume of my voice and the music. So that's another thing. Maybe Stephanie, you can guide me if the music is too loud or needs to change. Okay, let's sit together. We want to elevate the hips always. You could be seated in a chair if you can't sit cross-legged. If your hips are tight and you're sitting cross-legged, 2 blocks underneath. All right. So take a moment, look around your space. I do this all the time. Take some deep breaths. Let your eyes land on 2 or 3 things. And when you feel grounded in your space, and as always, especially for my new friends here, protect your time. Protect your time. I call it a container, sacred space. Close the door, do not disturb, phone's out of here. The more present you are to yourself, the more you're gonna receive. All right, so just letting your eyes close, place your hands wherever you want. I need yoga today too, y'all. So I'm breathing with you. Hands maybe on your heart or on your belly or on top of your thighs. And let's breathe. Start to take a nice big breath in through your nose. Maybe hover at the top for a moment and exhale as slow as you can through the nose. You can also do it through the mouth, through pursed lips. Again, we'll do a few of these together. Big breath in. Hover at the top for a moment, slow breath out, maybe let a sigh go. If you've got the privacy, the space, the comfort level to make some sound, make some sound. Letting out a sigh. Maybe slowing down enough and breathing and tuning in enough that you can really feel your heart beating. So what we're doing is we're taking all of our energy and attention that's usually constantly moving out, and we're bringing it in. So inquire what's here for you in the moment. Apply as much loving kindness and compassion and patience to yourself as possible in each moment. When you can't do something on the mat and you're frustrated, meet it with compassion. When you judge, catch it, notice it, apply something kinder and truer. The one breathing technique that I've done many times with you all before, if you're newer to it, just be curious, let go of any kind of need to do it right. So we're going to take the non-dominant hand, so it's my left hand. It's asking me to hit something. So my left hand, my thumb and index finger are together. My other 3 fingers are extended. Thumb and index finger together. I'm just put my thumb on top of my index finger nail bed. And then I'm going to take my right hand. So you'll switch it if your left hand is dominant. I'm going to block my right nostril. I'm going to take an inhale through the left side. All the way in, all the way in, all the way in. Fill up completely. When you're ready, you're going to block the left. You just use your ring finger, really pinky. Exhale through that left side, super straight spine, all the way to the bottom of the exhale. And then you're going to draw it back in through that nostril, through the right. At the top, at full capacity, switch it, block the right, and exhale through the left. Stay with this. Back in through the left. It's not about doing a lot of them. It's doing a few, refining, smoothing, deepening both your inhale and exhale, and actually slowing down. I'll speak just to this a little bit as you're continuing. You always switch the nostril at the top. Let this bring you back to center. Let this bring you back to yourself. Let this bring you back into your heart, back into your body. Your inhalation is about receiving vital life force energy, so let that inspire you to breathe fully. And your exhale is about letting go anything and everything that is not serving you, that is not the truth, that is stuck energy. It's like you are your own healer as we're practicing. You are creating shift without the need for any external anything, just you. But try that one more time. I tend to take a lot of time in the beginning because I want you to arrive. And sometimes, depending upon what we've been doing before class, we're not really here. We're like half here. You will get the most out of it, just like how it feels so good to be present with someone else and they feel your presence and it's a gift. You offer the same thing to yourself. And something gets lost when we're kind of like not all here. And I know this because I do it myself and I have to bring myself back too. So everything I offer is really just my own experience. And we're all teachers for each other. That's why I love the community piece, because really, if we had a dialogue, you would have plenty to teach me. Go ahead and let that technique go. See if there's a prayer for yourself you want to call in, just for today, just for today, just for today. All right. So just notice, having taken a little bit of time, how you're feeling. We're going to go ahead and recline onto your back. Yeah, I'm probably going to keep it kind of easy today. We'll see. Okay. Go ahead and come onto your back and just hug your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Give a good squeeze. So if child's pose is not available to you, just remember when I'm in child's pose that this is basically the same thing without the pressure on the knees. I could even hook behind my knees. Let's just circle here a little bit. Circle about 3 times in each direction. We get to cultivate a deeper relationship with our bodies, and our bodies really, they're always sending us messages. And the deeper this relationship, the more we hear the messages and the more we understand what they mean and what they're asking for. So it's like when there's sensations, to be curious, to listen rather than to fear when you can. Find the feet, open up into happy baby. Try to keep your back flat and rock side to side. And breathe. And if there's a stressed expression on your face, try to soften. Bring in maybe a little smile. Now I'm going to hold on to my right knee and extend my left leg out onto the ground. Hug my right knee in. Again, I can hold behind the knee if I've got tender knees, or across the shin, and I give a good squeeze, so I'm placing pressure on the belly. Right side of the abdomen. I'm going to take a twist. My left hand's going to take my right knee. I hold on to the outside of it, and I just pull it across my body and open the right arm. So coming into a spinal twist, my right arm is just extended out from the shoulder, and I'm guiding the knee towards the floor, even though the shoulder is hovering. Bring it Back to center. Do just a few of these. Place your left foot down flat on the mat. Press your right ankle on top. Press your right knee away. Maybe you're staying here. Maybe you pick the left foot up. Interlace behind the thigh. My right hand's going in between my legs, left arm around. Interlace across the shin as well. Hug in. Try not to let your pelvis lift. Keep your low spine flat. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Soften your jaw. Stay connected to your body, breathing in and breathing out. Our peace, sense of safety in the body, we access that really flowing and deepening our breath. Stretch my left leg up to the sky here. So I'm holding behind the left thigh, or I'm reaching up and catching hold of my left calf or left foot, and I'm going to circle the ankle a few times in each direction. So I'm opening the right hip, external rotation, and the left hamstrings. Maybe the calf as I flex the foot. And we're going to release. Both feet down. We're going to switch sides, extending the right leg, drawing the left knee into the chest, giving a good squeeze. Pressure on the left side of the belly. Slow down enough to pay attention to your belly, rising and falling with the breath. My right hand guides the left knee across and down, and left arm opens out to the left. Final twist. Let gravity assist. You're wanting the ribs, upper chest, thoracic spine to be rotating to the left as the knee drops down to the right. Bring it back to center and place your right foot flat. Cross the left ankle on top and press the left knee away. Stay here or pick the right foot up. Again, you could do this seated in a chair. Just crossing the ankle on top and just hinging forward with a straight spine. That's the key. Keep your spine straight. Again, behind the knee or across the shin. Our skill, our ability to bring ourselves out of any kind of stress response. Like having an ally all the time. So much of my passion is around nervous system healing. Extend the right leg up. Flex the foot. Keep your hands behind the thigh or reach up. Touch the ankle, circle it around a little bit. Sometimes I'll give my calf a little massage if it feels tight. And we'll release both feet down. So I'm going to bring my heels in line with my sitting bones. My toes point straight ahead. Tuck my shoulder blades in. So I'm pushing my arms down into the mat. Tuck my shoulder blades in towards my spine. Bring my arms down. So I'm rooting through the arms, push down through the feet, and rise up into bridge. I'm going to stay here. So my friends that don't want to back bend, you could just kind of lift your hips so your quads activate, but you're not necessarily bringing your spine into extension by engaging the glutes and really pressing up. Do a tiny hover. Those of you that like the extension and can, interlace your hands underneath you. Tuck both shoulders closer together, like your shoulder blades are kissing the back of the heart. Straighten your elbows. It's going to make your legs work not as hard. Big opening for your chest. A little stretch for the muscles across the back of the neck. And a subtle inversion with your head above, or your heart above your head. Go ahead and bring it down. And go soles of the feet together and knees apart. And just take a moment here. I like to think of the practice as like an hour of meditation. My energy is focused inward. All right. Bring the knees together. If spinal rocking is available, we'll hold on to the backs of the knees. Rock up and down your spine. So you come up, tap the toes, and rock back. You can make it little. If you can't do it, it's okay. Be kind to yourself. You're here. You showed up. Said yes. All right. So we're going to shift our weight forward. And let's give our toes a little bit of a stretch. So you might have blocks within reach. My toes are curled under. I'm hoping the audio is fine. Accidentally put my little AirPods in the washing machine, but they seem to be working okay. So my toes are tucked under. I'm sitting all the way back. That's a lot for most of us. This is great for the fascia in the feet. And also do it here, and that's much softer. And then we're going to untuck. And you can try this. Again, everything I offer is just suggestions. So I'm bringing my feet down. And if I can, the lighting in here is not perfect, I'll take my hands behind me and give a lift to my knees. Sometimes people are like, what? How do you do that? I'm engaging my hip flexors. You could do one knee at a time, and it's stretching the top of the foot. So often we've got a lot of tension in our feet, and this is just not there yet. It's okay. I think the good news is gentle, incrementally, you can undo some of that tension. Let's do our wrists. So your toes are tucked under again. I'm turning my fingertips towards my knees and trying to bring the palms down. My toes are curled under, and I just get to decide kind of the range of motion here. Obviously, the more I send my seat back towards my heels, the more intense it is. Good. And then I'm going to turn my palms face up. This one tends to be harder, so my palms are up, my thumbs are pointing in again. You could just do it here, like one hand at a time, if this is too intense. And again, the more I'm back towards my heels, the more intense this will be. And then we're going to go ahead and undo that. All right, I'm thinking about my friends that don't want to be back bending and forward bending. You can keep this really tiny, or you could just kind of hold steady and take a few breaths. If it's okay for you, take your feet to the sky, arch your back, look up, draw your shoulder blades in and towards your hips. Contract your back muscles. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, press the hands into the mat, really tuck your chin, let the back of the neck go, and do a few of these. Arch, inhale. Exhale, round. Make your breath the most important thing. Just making sure there aren't any sound issues. Yes. Yes. Okay, good. I think we're okay. Few cycles of this cat and cow. Just bring all of your attention and your awareness to your spine. In yoga, if you're familiar with the chakras, all the energy centers that run across the spine, it's like you're breathing, it's like watering a plant. Makes me happy, see your messages. So yeah, like nourish with your breath, with your movement, to try to get out of being in the mind. I need to do it too, get in the body. It's like relief immediately, to be in the present, because all is well right now. There might be lots to tend to. All is well in this moment. All right, we're going to take it all the way back to child's pose, and I'm going to encourage you to, so if you're wanting to focus on the spine, in child's pose, the knees are together, because I'm going to round that way. My hands are back towards my heels. If I want to focus on hips, I'm going to go wide in my knees and reach my arms forward. So really both are wonderful. Both are wonderful. You can try both. If knees are an issue, sometimes a rolled blanket tucked behind the thigh and the calf muscle allows for less flexion in the knee and makes that feel a little bit better. We're going to go ahead and bring it up from our child's pose, and we're going to take a squat. So this is where you might want to have blocks. So I've got the blocks in front of me. I'm going to tuck my toes under and lift my knees up. Again, I know a lot of what I do, the knees may not be up for it. So you could have 2 blocks and you could just sit on them. And then there's really I get the hip stretch and there's no stress in my knees because I'm not holding the weight of my body. In a squat, I like to kind of move around a little bit, rock my weight forward and back or side to side, and breathe all the way down. So the one thing about a squat is it actually naturally sends the breath down. I don't want to get too talky here, but that diaphragmatic breathing is all part of nervous system regulation. It stimulates what's called the vagus nerve. As we breathe deeply and the diaphragm is moving, it's massaging the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is basically the nerve that connects the brain and the body, the heart, the gut, the organs. It's a communication system. So it's cool to know that we can build our own resilience this way. Let's turn this to a forward fold. Lift your hips, grab your blocks if you need to. So what I mentioned before is, so I'm in a forward bend here and my spine is straight. I'm not flexing or rounding. I'm still getting the stretch through the legs. Those of you that aren't too worried about a little bit of some flexion in your spine, then just fold. You can even bend your knees. See if there's a little sway side to side that wants to happen. Let gravity assist. Let your neck go. It's often on the exhale that there's a relaxation response in the muscles and there's some letting go. To affirm that every inhale I'm receiving this vital life force, healing energy, and every exhale I'm letting go of anything that doesn't serve my highest good. Roll up. Slide the hands up the legs. I tend to do that. Just any touch that brings us into the body. Take the arms all the way up overhead. Let's reach through the fingertips. Turn your palms to face in. Straighten through your elbows. Now try to lift all 10 toes up off the mat. Just create some space. Take up some space. And if you can, put your toes down and try to lift onto tiptoes. Lift your heels as high as you can. Obviously, your safety is most important. So if there's anything I offer that there's a question mark, if it's safe for you, then you don't do it. That builds self-trust when you choose to not do something that you know is potentially concerning. All right, let's come to the top of the mat. I'm going to kind of start with a traditional sun salutation, but I'm going to change it up a little bit. Just stand in your mountain pose. I've got blocks on either side. My friends that have 4 blocks, you would stack it like that. So it's the lowest level on the first one and then the highest level on the second one. This helps. So just standing in mountain pose with me. Mountain pose is, this I offer for my new friends. So pull your shoulders back, let your shoulder blades melt down, let your hands relax, and stack the crown over the base of your spine. Maybe the eyes are closed or you've got a soft gaze. So to me, mountain is it's like an inner resilience. It's alignment in the center. It's connected to myself. So that regardless of whatever happens outside of me, that's something to lean into. Kind of like I've got me. So I think it's resiliency that it is what I feel in it. You can see what's true for you. So we're going to reach the arms up on an inhale. Fill the body with breath. And then as you exhale, and I'm going to go slow today, we're going to come down into a chair pose. So chair pose is typically here with a nice straight spine, but I'm going to bring my hands to my blocks. Notice my back is straight. I'm trying to have a pretty equal footprint in my feet. I'm not too far shifted forward or back. You can feel the thighs are working, my belly's pulled in, my back muscles are working here. 4 blocks is much easier. So if you can't do this, get 2 more blocks. The right leg's going to step back. And my right knee's going to release down. And I'm just going to bring these blocks in. I'm going to feel that right hip opening. I'm going to pull my shoulders back and just breathe here into that right hip. If I feel like it, I'll take both arms up. Push the top of the right foot down. That'll change things up. So this would be a bit of a back bend, so you could always have your hands on blocks if you're concerned with that. I'm going to tuck my back toes. I'm going to lift my back thigh. And I'm going to plant the back foot down. So my foot is at like 2 o'clock. I'm still lunging into this front thigh, and my hands can stay on the blocks. I'm trying to square my hips, left hip back. You might feel a stretch in your right calf. If you feel confident enough to bring the hands to the top of that thigh, start to come up. Still feel good, come up a little more until you're straight. And reach both arms up overhead. A lot of strength here. Working that left leg, strong in the thigh. And breathing. I bring my hands down. And I'm going to straighten this left leg. Again, your hips tend to want to swing out. Lift the right hip forward and the left hip back. Maybe you're staying with your hands on the blocks. Maybe you've got a lot of flexibility and you're going to take it lower and even bow your head. Make it work for you. And breathe. I think we'll do 1 or 2 more here. So I want you to open that right foot so that it's pointing all the way. So the outer edge of that right foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. I've got my block here. It's just to the outside of my shin. I'm going to open my right arm and stack my right shoulder over my left. Triangle pose. You feel an opening through your right lower back and your left inner thigh. And if it's too easy, take the hand lower. We come all the way to the floor. Big breath in here. If you want to, you can drop this right arm by your ear. You can let the elbow bend. So your bicep is just dropping towards your ear. And you kind of puff your ribs up to the sky a little bit. Try to keep your right shoulder stacked over your left. We're going to windmill around and down. Hands on the blocks. Back heel lifts. Front knee bends. And I'm going to step back to the top of the mat. So if this is too big of a step, make a few little ones. Step, step, step. So you're back in your chair pose. Readjust the blocks if you need to. We're going to push to standing. Inhale. And then exhale and just pause. See if you can. See if you can bring more of yourself here. And maybe you already are. Yeah. Okay, we're going to move through this second side. Inhale, arms reaching up. Fill up, fill up, fill up. Exhale, come back into your chair. We're going to do the same thing on the left side. But just notice if you want to change anything, even just in your kind of emotional body as we're moving through this second side. Send the left leg back. Bring the left knee down. And untuck the toes. The psoas muscle it really connects the upper and lower half of the body. And when we're stressed, the psoas gets tight and it can get weak. We want it strong and open. Inhale the arms up if you can. Press the top of the left foot into the mat. If all you did is watch me and breathe and visualize, beautiful. Like redefining the success of a practice so that it works for you, that you feel good about it, because that's what brings us back is when we're like, yes, I'm glad that I carved out that time because I'm sure there's plenty of other places for you to be. All right. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and plant the back heel down. It'll be 10 o'clock, that foot. So I feel it in my left calf. My left calf is pretty tight, so it's harder for me to lunge on this side. I notice that difference, and I meet it with just curiosity and compassion rather than judgment. I'm going to climb up that leg, maybe reach my arms up. So I'm getting strength in this right leg, balance, and I'm stretching the calf muscle by pressing that left heel down. Everything is square to the front, and then I'm breathing and I'm here. Giving myself permission. It's safe for me to be present fully in this moment here. To be able to source our needs from within whenever we can. All right, the hands are going to come down. That's called Warrior One. This next one's called Pyramid. So I'm just bringing my hands to the blocks and I'm straightening this right leg. Squaring the hips. And stay with my spine parallel to the floor, or I can deepen if there's more flexibility, and it's waiting for the body to give you an invitation rather than your ego wants a certain way. We get into like, it's like safety is about trusting ourselves, that we're making wise decisions. So you're listening all the time, like, what does my body want? I'm going to open this back foot. So it's parallel to the back of the mat. Adjust the block on the right side as much as I need to. Bring my weight into it and open up. Stacking the hips, stacking the shoulders, breathing. How does my heart want me to breathe? How does my nervous system want me to breathe? How does my immune system want me to breathe? And how can my thoughts and that inner dialogue really support me? You know, it's comforting words. Inspiring words. You could, if you did on the other side, I just dropped it by my ear and I kind of puff my ribs up to the ceiling a little bit. I get a nice opening. And as we stretch those muscles around the ribs, we can breathe deeper, naturally. Okay. Bring the hand back. Lift that back heel. Bend the front knee. Shorten your stance a little bit if you need to. And we step back to chair. Feel your legs strong, push down, rise up, inhale. And then exhale. Let's just release the arms at your sides for a moment. Close the eyes or hands on your heart. Be so present to what's here in each moment for yourself. For me, I find that when I quiet the external distractions and when I get quiet within myself, there's a voice that I can hear that I couldn't otherwise hear. And it always has wisdom for me. Be comfortable in the silence. Let's do a balancing pose, and then I'm going to bring us down. We're going to do a little core and a little hip stuff. Thanks. Okay, let's keep it simple and let's go with tree today. So I can hold on to a wall. I can bring this left foot with my toes still on the floor. That's good. I can bring it to the calf. I can bring it all the way up to the inner thigh. If you bring it to the inner thigh, push. Make sure it's not on the knee. Hands can come to prayer. Steady gaze. Arms might come up. Make it a meditation. If you're cycling in the mind that I'm unsteady, unsteady is going to show up in the body. So steady, centered, balanced. Offer that more positive language, because language, the body is, language is power. You know what we're saying to ourselves. And it certainly supports a calmer nervous system. And the nervous system is calm. You amplify your healing. We'll switch sides. For those of you that don't know me, I have never walked the journey of cancer, but I walked it with my mama 5 times over 2 decades. Passed 10 years ago this March. Both have the BRCA gene. She had, I have. And so I've been through all the surgeries, and I have not lots, but I have many clients, either in the past or currently, that I've worked with that are navigating this journey. So there's a reason why I'm here, I guess is what I want to say. I can understand a lot and I can't. I've had my own very different journey. Okay, we're going to let that go. All right. I'm going to be mindful of time because I really want you guys to have a good Shavasana. So 2 things I want to try. Somebody mentioned core strength. So I'm going to offer something that I really like for core strength. It is challenging. So you're going to be gentle with yourself. You're going to come to all fours, tabletop. You could do this with fists. Okay. So my feet are hip distance, my toes are tucked under, and I'm going to pull my belly in. I'm going to get real strong. I'm just going to imagine just the muscles around my core active. Push the hands into the mat. The reason I like this is it strengthens the shoulders, the core, and the quads all at once. I'm going to press my hands down, pull my belly in, tuck my toes, and float my knees off the ground. They're not up here. They're real low. You can do little pulses, so you can just bring it down, take a breath in, exhale, lift, bring it down. You don't have to hold it the whole time. If you've got the strength to hold it for 10, 15 seconds, great. Little hover. It is not easy. So if you're like, I can't even do that, it's hard. So like have a giggle or something and don't judge it. All right. We're going to do one more here that's also connected to the core. It's actually going to be easier in a way. You're going to extend your left leg straight back. Okay, you could also have the toes down. If you can lift it, your toes should point down and not out. I could just crawl my right hand forward. So it could just be left leg, toes down, and right hand forward. Otherwise it lifts and this right arm lifts. A balancing cat, strong in your core. Even if you hold it for a moment, we're going to switch sides. So either that leg goes back, right leg back, left arm forward, or it lifts. Both lift. I like this one. It's core strength. It's also glute, and you're working your spinal extensors. And we'll release that down. Okay, we're going to take a seat together. I'll be transparent, as I always am. I always will be. Hands come behind me. I learned this yesterday. I liked it, so we're going to do it. My hands are behind me. My feet are wide. So maybe you've done this like little windshield wiper side to side, swaying the knees side to side. So try that first. I flex my feet. That activates the shin. It stabilizes the knee a little bit. And I go side to side. Do a few things here. I want you to hold it with your legs on the right. So just kind of follow and stay with me. And if you need to watch, that's fine. I'm going to imagine I have something under my left knee and I'm going to push it down. And as I push my left knee down, I'm going to see if I can bring my right knee all the way up until my foot is flat. I need to wear like bright pink or something. And then I'm going to release the right knee and push the right knee down and open the left as wide as I can. We're going to try that again. Push the left knee down, lift the right knee up. Push the right knee down, open the left knee as wide as you can until naturally that knee is going to come with you. Go slow here because it feels good. Knees through center and all the way to the other side. Adjust the hands if you need to. I do. We're going to do the other side. Push the left knee down. No, push the right knee down. Right knee first. Pull the left knee up. Bring the left knee down. Again, this is hard. So if you've got tension in your hips, compassion, patience, keep showing up. Open the right knee as you push the left knee down. I think this is awesome hip mobility. We're going to do it again. I'm going to push my right knee down. I'm going to lift the left one up. Big internal rotation for that right hip. Left knee goes down. Push the left knee down. Lift the right leg up as much as you can. Go as wide as you can until the leg lifts and we go through center and all the way to the other side. So if you like that, practice it at home because I promise I'm going to do it again. Now, both knees are to the right and I'm going to spin this left arm around. I'm going to turn myself to the back of the mat. I'm in a spinal twist here. I'm just going to stay straight in both arms. You should feel this rotation through the ribs. Maybe you'll feel something in the hips. Breathe. So many ways to get into the body. Breath, movement, touch, sound, positive intention for yourself. Okay, we're going to switch sides. So I'm going to bring this left arm around. My knees will sweep through center and over to the left, and my right arm sweeps around and I'm turned towards the back. How much learning can come from watching? I could give you each a personal, individualized practice. Believe me, I would love to. All right, we're going to bring it around to center. I try to teach to what will be hopefully accessible to as many as you can. Now, let's try a little reverse table here. My feet are down. I've turned my fingers in towards my hips. I'm going to kiss my shoulder blades together, pull my shoulders back. My elbows are bent. I'm going to push down and lift up. Maybe it's a little, maybe it's a lot. Maybe the head drops back. Maybe there's a smile. And release it back down. Release it back down. Just take a seat with me if you can. Take a cross-legged seat with me. You could sit on your block. I'm going to sit on my block. So this is just called Sukhasana. You could have one foot in front of the other. You could have one foot on top of the other. Some of you can do a half lotus where one foot comes all the way into the crease of the hip. I don't get too complicated these days with that. All right, let's try a little bit for the shoulders, just to work the lymph under the arms. Take the arms out to the sides, reach. I do love seeing you, those that I can see. And it's so far away, I can't really see much. Right elbow under left. Give yourself a hug. It's like the sweetness of arriving and coming to class and being able to practice and move. And then when you feel the energy of being together, there's something about that that really makes it so much sweeter, I find. Bring my right fingers to my left palm if I can, and I'm going to squeeze my elbows together and pull my shoulders away from my ears. So we're stimulating the lymph glands under the arm. And we're just going to release it, open, inhale. Give yourself a hug and change the arm. So change the cross. Did I do that? Yes, I did that. Hopefully you've got the other side. I should have been more specific. So just giving yourself a big embrace here, really. I don't know if I know anyone that can't work on cultivating more self-love, right? I'm going to bring the fingers to the palm. I'm going to squeeze the elbows and pull the shoulders down. And then we're just going to go ahead and let it go. So it's like when we squeeze under the arms, and as soon as we release, it's like blood flow. You know, lymphatic massage. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not trained in that, but it's just like anytime there's an opportunity. What I do know about lymphatic massage is the touch, you want to move towards the heart, always towards the heart, towards the heart. All right, flip the cross of your feet. It'll be a little more awkward. Or a lot more awkward, so adjust how you need to. We're gonna do a little twist here. Arms reach up. And exhale, twist to the right. So my left hand's going to go to my right knee and my right hand goes behind me. I'm on my fingertips since my hips are elevated on a block, and I'm going to turn my gaze over the back shoulder, straight spine. So aside from the straight spine being good to have a straight spine, there's something energetically for me. If I want to be in alignment energetically, emotionally in my life, I want to be aligned in my body. I'm twisting here and I'm going to turn my gaze over the front shoulder. And we're going to do that again. Turn it over the back shoulder and turn it over the front shoulder. Unwind. Take both arms up. Inhale. Fill up, fill up. What are you filling up with? The energy of the sun, vital life force, well-being, truth, trust. Twist the other direction. Probably two of my favorite words, truth and trust. Okay, so I'm twisting open, gazing over the back shoulder, breathing, letting my eyes take in things that feel good. I can see the leaves blowing in the wind. Turn my gaze over the front shoulder. Let's just do this twice. And to the back. Do that one more time. Range of motion through the neck. And back. Bring it back to center. Take a moment if you want with me, hands on the heart. I'm going to have us lie down here in just a moment. So do a little check-in. You know, how's 50 minutes or so been for you to move and breathe and be here? How often do we slow down? And I don't know for you, to pay attention to your breath, to your heartbeat. And notice in moments where you're kind of rushing through life and there's an urgency and you're kind of half there, and to just be like, what would happen if I took 30 seconds to just like, is there anything I want to change here so that my lived experience is, more easeful. Okay, go ahead and find your way into your back, please. Maybe come onto your back, maybe cover up if you have socks, if you have a blanket, if you have an eye pillow. Just traditionally, yogis, and we all do it so uniquely and differently today, but traditionally, the physical practice was a preparation for sitting in meditation, right? All right, so I'm gonna get a little calmer music going. I want you to just lie back and let your eyes close. Make any adjustments that you need to so that you can be totally still. I'm looking for something in particular. Here we go. Aw, so sweet. I'm just, appreciating your comments. Oh, if you could, I think peace is something that's like, it's like a remembering. Not that I'm assuming you're not already there, because if you are, radiated out to everyone else, right? But, to remember that peace is like, it's a returning to. It's what's waiting underneath the gripping and the tension. Sending yourself just words of comfort and safety and love. Let yourself have that. And trust the body's intelligence that it always wants what's best for us and it always wants to heal. And that often symptoms are you know, the things that show up in our physical body, they're asking for something, asking for our attention. See if you can give yourself the gift of letting go and be in a state of listening rather than thinking. Like open the heart to just receive something that's beyond the five senses, something that's in the mystery in a way, if that's something you're open to. Keep softening in with every breath. Let a deeper breath just begin to bring your awareness back. You don't have to move yet. Just if you want to circle back to some powerful prayer, again, being aware that language holds a frequency, it holds an energy, and all the cells hear it. And start to bring some gentle, loving movement into your hands. I invite us today, this week, to slow down. It's interesting to think that we could actually accomplish more in slowing down. We're in a culture that really praises urgency, and it takes courage to unplug from that. But I think it's a really important piece of our self-care and our healing. Go ahead and turn onto your side. Just turn onto your side, rest your head. And then we're going to press our bodies up and just come to a seat that you can do comfortably with that straight spine. I really do think of, just even the word integrity, for instance. How do you hold that in the body? You hold that in your posture. So it's beyond just like, I've got nice posture. All right, you guys, please bring your hands to prayer. Just feeling the palms of your own hands, being aware of the energy and the healing in your hands. Really connecting to your own inner healer, truly. All right, thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up. Namaste. And I just always encourage at the end, if you feel guided to unmute and say hello or whatever you want. It's already 3.
I'll start and say hello to everybody.
Hi.
Thank you for a great class, Emily.
Thank you, Stacy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah,
Nice
and you
to
guys.
see anyone who's back, and nice to meet any new friends who are coming.
Thank you, sweetie. Yeah, you guys reach out. She put my information in there. If you have a specific question or you want to connect, just, yeah, the gift of relationship in even small ways. I welcome it. So thank you. And if I need to slow it down more or simplify it, I'm learning you too in this whole process. So
thank you.
All right, you guys.
Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next
Be well,
week.
everyone. Be well.
You too. Peace. You too.
Bye.